Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Canelo Alvarez says, I will fight the winner of CHARLO, Benavidez, and Andrade. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. Canelo Alvarez has stated, I will fight anybody, but they need to fight each other too. They're just waiting for me because they want a good payday. I know that, but they need to fight each other, and I will fight the winner of them all. And that's absolutely right. All of these guys want a Canelo Alvarez stimulus package. All of these guys want a Canelo Alvarez handout. I mean, just look at what Canelo Alvarez stated. I will fight anybody. And that's absolutely correct. You look at Canelo Alvarez's resume and compare it to CHARLO, Andrade, and Benavidez, and you see it's no comparison at all. Look at Canelo Alvarez. In his career, he's fought Floyd Mayweather, an elite, undefeated, pound for pound #1 fighter, best fighter in the world, and name one guy on CHARLO, Benavidez, or Andrade's resume that's come close to Floyd Mayweather in skills. You can't do it because they've never had the bolus to step in the ring with anybody as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Canelo Alvarez stepped in the ring with a guy like Austin Trout, prime, undefeated world champion. Erislandy Lara, elite. Billy Joe Saunders, prime. Triple G, elite, twice. Caleb Plant, prime, undefeated, world champion. Callum Smith, prime, undefeated, world champion. Danny Jacobs, prime, world champion, elite. Canelo Alvarez's resume shows you that he's fearless and he has the bolus to step in the ring with literally anybody. And not only that, Canelo Alvarez right now for his next fight, he's fighting the most difficult opponent available in a prime, undefeated world champion in Dimitri Bivol at a higher weight class at 175 pounds. Canelo Alvarez doesn't even belong at 175, and he's fighting a prime, undefeated world champion there. That says a lot about the bolus on this guy. Look at it like this. Dimitri Bivol, when you see who this guy is and how stylistically of a challenge he is for anybody, you see that he's levels above Demetrius Andrade. He's levels above Jermall Charlo. He's levels above David Benavidez. Now then, when you take a look at guys like Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, name one time either of these guys fought anybody the level of a guy like Dimitri Bivol. You can't, because they've never done it. Think about it like this. There's people that still accuse Canelo Alvarez of ducking Jermall Charlo and Demetrius Andrade, yet Dimitri Bivol is much better than both of these guys. And here's the funny thing. Canelo Alvarez has not been at the middleweight division since 2019, and yet he's ducking guys who are not in his weight class? Make it make sense. Look at David Benavidez. This guy was a 2-time world champion at 168 pounds, and people are saying Canelo's ducking him for taking a harder fight in Dimitri Bivol. But here's the funny thing. Out of all the time David Benavidez has been at 168 pounds, never, not one time, has he fought a prime, undefeated world champion. Never, not one time, has he unified a world title. David Benavidez has never done any of the things he's talking about. Canelo Alvarez has unified that division in less than 1 year. This lets you know Canelo Alvarez actually does what he says he will do. Canelo Alvarez is fighting a prime, undefeated world champion in Dimitri Bivol. Now, when you look at these type of guys, you look at David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade, and Jermall Charlo. It's up to them if they really want the Canelo Alvarez fight. Because if they do, then they will fight each other. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.